Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Fall River podcast. Fall River News Report podcast is the right way to say it. And today we're back with my co-host, Attorney Will Flanagan. William, I'm not going to shake your hand, but thank you for showing up.
Thank you, Gene. I'll give you the fist pump.
Yeah, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm doing well.
Yeah,
you.
everything's going good.
Life is good. No
Okay,
complaints, my friend.
we're going to take this to a different place. So we're going to talk a little at the end. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on around here at the end. But majority of this is going to be about, obviously, what our background says is the new movie out, documentary out about the city. Not really the city, but Jazel Correa administration and everything involved in it. Because you were involved in this from the onset, you have more detail than most. So why don't we talk about it, and let's talk about the app, the guys who developed the app, and how the app's doing. And the second episode came out this morning.
Yeah,
So
4 episodes now.
so now it's the fourth episode. But you notice this, they brought 3 out at once, and now they're giving 1 at a time.
Sure.
So where are we going?
Yeah, let me take you from start to finish first. I'm really excited about the launch of Run This City. It debuted on the Quibi network yesterday. And Quibi is a multi-billion-dollar platform that was launched yesterday. And it's redefining and reinventing the way people are entertained. Historically, I think folks are accustomed to HBO or Cinemax or a Fox or Netflix now in today's modern age, and people are very accustomed to watching movies in 90, 120 minute time slots.
Yeah,
right? So you
yeah.
watch a movie, it's an hour and a half.
A whole movie, yeah.
Quibi is really focused on people who are on the go and want to be entertained. So, Jeffrey Katzenberg, former head of DreamWorks and Disney, worked on projects such as Aladdin and The Lion King and Shrek, big multi-billion-dollar projects, Gene.
Yes.
And now he is the CEO of Quibi. So if you have a smartphone or a tablet, you go to your App Store or Google Play and you download Quibi. The first 90 days is free, so you're not being charged for the first 90-day trial. Also, if you're a T-Mobile customer, you get to experience it for free. So anybody who has T-Mobile gets a free
Yeah, a lot of
download
people around here, sure.
of Quibi, especially now with the 5G network.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you have this app that has a ton of entertainment on it. Some A-list Hollywood celebrities are on Quibi, and many more will follow as more content is developed. So Run This City is a docuseries, a documentary based upon the last really 10 years of the city of Fall River.
Yeah, it goes back. Yeah.
It goes back to about, I would say, 2012, 2013.
13, I
when
think,
I was
yeah.
mayor of
Yeah.
Fall River. So, and it follows the saga of the city. And the main character is Jazel Correa, the former mayor of Fall River. But it also intertwines and
Other people.
brings in the city's history.
Yeah, all the people that play little parts.
Right.
You know.
So it's a drama. It has a little excitement, suspense.
Yeah.
And, I really think people who have watched it have enjoyed it. Now, Mark Wahlberg tweeted about it yesterday. TV Guide has wrote about it. Entertainment Weekly has wrote about it. People Magazine has wrote about it. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are hashtagging Run This City. And the vast majority, if not all of the reviews, have been extremely positive.
They have been. I looked last night, and there was, I couldn't believe, from everywhere, though.
Yeah.
Not just, you would think it's around about here, so it'd be mainly from here, but they're from all over the country.
In fact, what I'm finding out is that people outside of the Fall River border seem to be more interested in it than the people here. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I've been talking to people about it, and some people are very excited to watch it because they weren't close up to it like we were. Sure. Okay, so they think they're going to get more detail, and others feel like it's opening up old wounds.
I get that.
and some are saying they think it shows the city in a bad light. So it's all
disagree
different.
with that.
Yeah, it's all different. I think depending on your perspective, because you can look at it as saying this is just what happened. It's not the city. It's the character.
Right.
You know, I think we have to define that. You know, and I think someone in the movie in the trailer even said that, right?
Yeah, they do. And I understand for folks it could bring back bad memories. And especially for people who might have been involved directly in it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the last 10 years, lives were affected by this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Lives were affected by what happened and what didn't happen
Yeah.
based upon, the whole Jazel Correa saga. So for those who might have been hurt by what has happened in the last 10 years, guys like me included, right?
I understand, and I said that to you yesterday. I said that
I did not want to relive
I didn't want to relieve some of that because
history.
they give you this much of it, but then it made my mind start going back and
Right.
play that whole wheel over again.
Especially while you're sitting home during a pandemic,
Right, right.
So I get that. But outside of Fall River, people in California, New York, Texas,
Yeah.
Chicago, they're saying, wow, you got
Yeah.
this city in New England,
No, yeah.
near Boston.
This stuff's still happening. It's really
a
happening.
beautiful city.
Yeah.
And you got this story that, could be a series on HBO, a crime series on HBO, or a political series on HBO. Like, some of the best minds in Hollywood would get together to write a true life story that actually took place.
There's something like that, yeah.
So I really think that you have a hit, and the people who actually judge this content are saying we have a hit here.
Well, I said to someone yesterday who was a little upset about it. I said, "Well, look, I'm going to reserve my overall opinion until the last episode."
Right.
And I says, and I think that if this runs a second series, if they come back, and follow the trial to its conclusion and everything, I said that's when you really have the whole story.
Right.
Whether is it the rise and fall or the rise and comeback.
Sure. Sometimes the comeback is better than the setback. Right?
You don't know. And
And sometimes life is like a movie, but
Right.
sometimes it's even better.
and it's interesting because immediately the prosecutors jumped on this. A judge has jumped on it, and someone was saying on social media that the judge is going to shut it down, and I doubt it. I would bet my house that he won't because
Let's get into that in a second.
Yeah,
So,
go.
Let's go through the episodes first, what we know so far, right?
okay.
You got the first episode, which really is an introduction to Jazel Correa. It's almost like a puff piece.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's positive. You're getting a lot of good reviews from people in the community. He's bright. He's intelligent. He's young. He's energetic.
Yep.
It sets the stage for
The crash.
story, the
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah.
And then you got episode 2, which focuses a lot on me.
Yeah.
And also
The council race, the mayor's race. Yeah.
the Midnight Ride.
The Midnight Ride.
And also it focuses on the Purple Bags,
Yeah.
which people in Fall River must be saying, they really want to talk about Purple Bags on a global level or a national
But it was just,
level?
it's part of history.
It's part of history.
Part of the city's
and
history.
I think people outside of the
Yeah.
city might find that intriguing or,
Or funny, yeah.
or funny,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
comical.
Imagine being, all this over purple bags,
There's a few good one-liners
Yeah.
there. So that's episode 2. Episode 3 now gets into the Sam Sutter controversy with Jazel, right? Is there outside forces, outside
Yeah, Jazel
influences
introduces that right at that
are
point.
trying to trip Jazel up as
Yeah.
he's about to cross the finish line.
Yeah.
So now we have episode 4 that came out this morning, and I think a new episode is going to drop every day over the next.
I think so.
7 days,
6, 7
right?
days, yeah.
Now the latest episode, you kind of get to see a little bit into Jazel's personal life.
Yeah.
For the first time, you meet his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And during the campaign trail, many people may have not known he had a girlfriend, but they interview her, and she comes across as somebody who's going to stand by her man.
Yeah,
Young,
and she talks about what she sees in him from another outside of us,
Right. But I think at the end of episode 4, the viewer is left with the impression that shit's about to hit the fan
Yeah.
And it's about to turn upside down
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
So I think the first few episodes were kind of like a hook, but episode 4, people are gonna watch now because
yeah.
now they're hooked.
And that's why they gave you 3, and then now they're hitting you with 1 at a time. And right
They
at
put the bait in the ocean.
yeah, it's going to be like any continuing
they
series.
hooked you.
Right at the very end, the last few seconds, they're going to throw something out and then end it. You know?
So yesterday morning, the U.S. Attorney was very concerned about this documentary being aired before the trial even begins. Now, Jayzel's set to go to trial in September, right? And typically, if not unequivocally, documentaries air after the trial is concluded.
Most always.
The biggest one right now everybody's talking about is the Tiger King.
Yeah.
That trial's already ended. You had the Aaron Hernandez documentary. You had the O.J. Simpson documentary.
Always at the end.
Always at the end, and the main character is either sitting at home, free, or behind bars, convicted. In this case, what makes it so unique and different is that the trial
Hasn't even started. Haven't even picked the jury yet.
So the U.S. Attorney saying, hey, look, here you have this platform, Quibi, which, by the way, was the 3rd most downloaded app in the world yesterday. Zoom conference was 1, TikTok was 2, and Quibi was 3. It's the 3rd most downloaded platform and app in your Google Play and App Store. So you had over 300,000 views of the show within 24 hours. The U.S. Attorney saying, look, you're not supposed to be commenting on this trial publicly because it could affect the fairness and impartiality of the trial. And they went in front of Judge Woodcock, who's a Reagan appointee, an older judge, very conservative, and they called foul. And they want the judge to make some type of decision, some type of ruling on whether or not this is going to affect the trial. Do you think that this could hurt his chances at trial, or this is going to help him at trial?
With my knowledge of how the system works, and I have a pretty good one.
We won't get into
we won't get into that. This is a coin flip. It could go either way. It could hurt him. It could show him as an arrogant young cocky kid that had a shot at something and blew it. Or it could show him as somewhat of a victim, a young guy that got taken advantage of. Now, where your expertise comes in is in the law, but I read twice from 2 different law professors, one right up here, Brown. Is it Brown? Roger Williams, who said, there's no way that the judge is going to stop this.
UMass Law, too.
UMass Law is the other one, And there's no way he's going to do it because that little category, and he put what chapter it was down, this doesn't fit into. He says, that pertains to lawyers, not defendants. It pertains to a lawyer going out and doing a documentary before a trial or a prosecutor, but not a defendant.
You know what it reminds me of, Gene? And all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of this. In the mid-'80s, you had this rookie called Michael Jordan who was playing for the Chicago Bulls. And Nike was looking to enter into the basketball sneaker market. Never been done before. You had Converse with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, but Nike was looking to get its lion's share of the sneaker market. It's mid-'80s. And the NBA had rules and regulations that any sneaker worn by its players on the court had to be all white. You had to have an all-white sneaker, okay? Nike, in their infinite wisdom, said, look, we're going to buck the trend a little bit. We're going to do a black and red sneaker. And they made the sneaker, and they put it on Jordan, and Jordan went out on the court. And every day he wore that sneaker, he was fined $5,000 by the league.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about the Air Jordans because it was unauthorized. It was a rebel. It was an outlaw.
Yeah.
Now you have this documentary, which was doing well on its own, right?
Yeah.
Now
it blasts.
downloads. Now you have the U.S. Attorney saying, hey, we may get this content taken off Quibi, or this is running afoul of federal law. I think it's just going to make people
Magnifies
wanna
it
watch it
even more. Yeah, you always want the bite of the forbidden fruit. There's just something in life. That's nature. Whether you're a priest or anybody, you always want to peek.
You got the angel on this side,
Yes.
the little devil on this
Yes.
side, right?
Yes, and with that Jordan thing,
Right.
the funny part about that is, behind the scenes, his people were telling him, "Don't worry about the fines. They're going to cover everything,
Nike's
and they're going
cover
to take
the
care of you.
fines.
So
Just keep
don't worry
playing
about it."
basketball,
Yeah.
keep scoring, keep winning.
So it was a win-win. Now that you mention it, it leads into something I was going to say. Anyways, is that people need to understand there is $1 billion, a B,
yeah.
$1 billion was invested to build this app platform and launch it. Big time movie star guys all involved, big money involved.
Super Bowl ads.
Super Bowl ads, the whole
Some
nine
of
yards.
the highest and paid at Jennifer Lopez, Kevin
Yep.
Hart, LeBron James has a show on Quibi.
Okay, so these are very powerful and very wealthy people, including the guys that own the app.
Influencers.
Influencers, movers and shakers.
Yep.
They move policy.
Yes.
I don't see any way that the judge is going to be able to do this. I can see a plane flying into Logan and guys running off with suitcases
yeah.
of lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, it's just to cut this off at the heels would make it even that much more famous,
Right.
I think, and they would end up losing the court battle.
Possibly.
I think the judge is going to do what, and you give me your opinion, but I think the judge is going to deal with this with the jury.
Of course. That's where it's going to be.
It's going to be a summation.
But he may also say, Jazel Correa, from here on out, I
You
don't know
can't.
what you're talking about.
No, oh, he can stop Jason from posting about it and promoting it. Yes, he can, because that's part of the gag order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, let's look a little further into this. Massachusetts' own Mark Wahlberg
Yeah, yeah,
is the executive producer.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Ted, Transformers, Patriots Day. He recently also released McMillions.
Yeah,
which
yes,
is
he
the
did.
same team that's behind Run This City, right?
Yep.
Did you watch McMillions? What
Yeah,
did you
a little
think
bit.
of it? I
Yeah,
thought it was well done.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a nice project. It was well put together, and you could tell that it was professional quality.
Yeah.
It wasn't a backroom job.
No, very. And I get the impression that this is professional quality too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Run This City, because when I looked at the post credits, yeah, hundreds of people putting this together.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only dealt with 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
The crew shooting it.
Just looking at the edits and the cuts and how they fold in and it's seamless. There's no jitter. I mean,
It's Hollywood.
it's Hollywood. Oh yeah, that was definitely done right.
I feel the timing couldn't be better for this. You got people at home during a tragic pandemic. People are looking to be entertained right now.
Yes,
They
absolutely.
read all their books. They watched all their Netflix
Yep,
shows.
yep.
They go for their walks, then they come back home. You know, people might be bored right now.
Yeah,
so they have
sure.
something they can watch
Yeah.
and sink their teeth into.
Every day and night on social media, you're hearing people asking other people, "Hey, what can I watch? What Netflix can I watch? What Prime can I watch?
Right.
What's on? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that." So now that this hit right in the middle of that, it's kind of like you're hearing it come out. Check this out. Check this out.
Right.
Some people are concerned about it's an app and you got to pay, but you don't have to pay. It's 90 days. It's an app that says in big letters, cancel at any time.
Sure.
So, you can go on for 90 days. You can like it. You can
If
leave
you
it.
like it, keep it. If not,
If
you
that-
can sign up.
Right.
But
So it's not costing you. And I think that's important.
agreed. What also I feel is helping to propel this is you have people who are interested right now in documentaries. And the biggest one at this time is The Tiger King.
Yeah, the Tiger
Joe
King.
Exotic, right? And
Absolutely.
I think people get more entertained by reality TV
That's all you hear about.
because it's real.
Yeah.
Make
It is,
believe is
yeah.
make believe.
Yeah,
Fiction is
yeah,
fiction.
yeah.
It's a
Documentary is real.
character.
Yeah.
A documentary is real. And if the people are entertaining in the
Yeah,
documentary,
yeah.
it makes it even more
Yeah,
fun to
yeah,
watch.
yeah. The character is a big piece of it, and the guy who plays the character finishes it.
Yeah.
So, and
Maybe Jazel's the next Tiger King.
I don't know,
Jazel Exotic.
somebody said to me, "What do you think Jazel thinks?" I said, "Look, Jazel has been silent on social media since he walked out of City Hall.
Yeah.
he posted one post one month, one post one. Jazel
Happy
has
Easter posts.
happy Easter post. Now he's posting on Twitter, on Facebook, and he's posting strictly about this. What do you think? Jazel's mad about it?
Oh, I don't think he's mad about it.
No, I said to the person. Do you think he's
Oh,
mad? I
no,
mean,
not at all.
you know.
This is his baby. He fully participated in it.
And I'll say this that I said yesterday. Well, I don't know how you think about it, but I said that you said it in the film. Jazel got a horseshoe up his ass.
Yeah.
I've always said that under the right tutelage, there was no stopping that kid.
Bright future.
The right people around him. Very lucky man. Very lucky. This might be just what he needs.
Time will tell.
If it puts a doubt, and remember, folks, 12 people on a jury, you only need to win one.
Just need to win.
You only need to con one, have one fall in love with you.
Connect with one.
That's it. So I think the prosecution's looking at that. I think they're scared
Possibly.
because the kid is likable. Even when you don't like him, you like him.
It could
You know?
affect the trial. The other thing that was clear to me, and she's in the documentary, but she doesn't have her main role in it, although she has a main role in Jazel's life and his trial, is Jen Andrade. The
And she
former
comes
chief of
off
staff.
very, very sincere, very, very honest.
Like a mother loving a child.
Yes. And when I seen that piece, I didn't know it was in there.
Yeah.
When I seen that piece, I said, "This is good."
Mm-hmm.
That caught me because I was putting the plot together.
It's raw. It's real.
It's real. And you could see that there was no, "Oh, I love him." You could tell, that she believes him.
It was her boss, so she followed him and respected him. But you can also tell she loved him like a son,
Yeah,
a
unbelievable.
mother-son
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. And we're gonna see how it all plays out with. You have Jen, you have Jazel, you have Jazel's girlfriend, who I think is playing a big piece in this in terms of credibility. Jenny. I think she plays a big credibility piece into it, and you're gonna have to see how people think about it. But all in all, I'm more interested in seeing what drops next.
Yeah.
Even though I know what happened,
We all.
but I don't know. We know,
We
but
want
we
to see
don't
the
know.
artistic license.
Yeah.
with the program. So if you liked Run This City, if you watched it, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you thought about it and share it with your friends. And it puts Fall River's story on the map on a scale larger than we could ever think of.
Yeah, and I don't think that you can say that it's negative. I think this is something that
It's real.
It's real. It's Fall River. We're gonna live with it. We're gonna go through it, and we're gonna move on. But it's here now, and take a look at it. Make your own judgment.
Sure. So let's talk about Corona.
I was just gonna say on the way out the door, what's going on?
Well, I've always put the COVID-19 pandemic in terms of a sports game.
Yeah.
Quarters.
Yeah.
We got to win this thing.
yeah.
We got to play offense. We got to play defense. And I feel that we're in the second quarter right now. The game's almost halfway done. We're not at the halftime yet. And, I think we're starting to finally figure out what works, what doesn't work, what medications may help, what we need to do to protect our seniors. Very basic stuff like keeping the social distancing and washing your hands and trying to limit the amount of times you go outdoors. And we learned that this is a virus. It's a protein. It's very fragile, although it's probably stronger than most bacteria and viruses. It's still fragile protein that, if you clean and disinfect and do
Yes.
the pop,
That's right.
You can stay on top
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, and that drug that they did begin using,
Yes.
is working. So there's a lot of people. They're starting to put a lot of emphasis now on the people that are recovering because now is a huge number.
Right.
Now it's becoming a huge number. The thing with Massachusetts is they feel that we're 7 to 10 days behind the rest of the country,
It's possible.
right? And some people were saying, "Oh, well, look, the numbers are going down the Fall River the last couple of days." Well, they really haven't. They've pretty much been around 4,
And testing's
5.
been slowing down.
Testing slowing down is what's happening. And I think that between now and this time next week, is where we peak out.
Yeah,
I really
think
do.
The country may start opening up after Mother's Day, maybe right around Memorial Day, as we get into some of the warmer weather.
And
But
they're fearful of that, though. They're
very
fearful of letting people go back out too soon.
we may be able to go back out to the movie theaters and the restaurants, but I think we're still going to have to take the precautions. You're going to have to wear the mask. You have to stay on top of your hygiene.
Yeah.
We can't slip up, because if you slip up, you may see a resurgence or a
Yeah.
reemergence of this.
Yeah,
virus.
it's not going to be they're going to unlock the door and say, okay, people, this is all over with. Go back about your life. It ain't going to happen. You're going to gradually increase the time you can be out, and maybe now you don't have to wear a mask. Maybe now you don't have to be 6 feet apart.
Sure.
They're going to gradually. I don't see them unlocking the door and saying leave.
No, I agree with you, but I think I'm more confident now than ever we're going to win this. You know, the USA is going to outperform the other countries.
Yeah.
That
And the
also
South
got
Coast is really doing well compared to someone. If you look at it, if you start looking at the other states, for the amount of time we've been dealing with it, if you go back and look at what they dealt with, they didn't have it together like we have it.
Well, our governor's been doing a good job too. You know,
He was on it right from jump.
Some governors are doing better than others.
Yeah.
Some still believe it's a hoax.
Yeah.
Some still have not been, promoting the social distancing and closing of their businesses, and it's a double-edged sword. Some
Yeah.
people feel that it is a hoax.
Yeah.
Others believe that it's real, and I think the vast majority believe it's real.
Yeah. Something that politicians never like to talk about, even ex-politicians. Finance,
Yeah.
budgets, economy. It looks, and I'm listening to, I'm watching the Wall Street stuff. I'm listening. It looks like people are very, very concerned. Economists are very concerned. Locally, there's already talk about 9C cuts at the state. There's already talk about cleaning out the $8 million, which isn't $8 million anymore, anyways. And
Stabilization.
the stabilization and the possibility of what some are saying, fees will increase, things will increase, and everything. As a former mayor, what do you think will happen? I mean, I know you can't say, because you're not there, but
We've got about 2 minutes left, so I'll give you a quick response, right?
people are worried about their taxes going up and getting hit with more fees. I hear a lot of
I
that.
get it. Look, we got to be realistic. We're probably going to slide into a recession,
Yeah.
which means unemployment's going to go up. People are going to already stop making less. Interest rates are going to go up. Borrowing's going to be more difficult, and there's probably going to see an increase on defaults on mortgages and loans and other borrowing. So the government has to do whatever it can to provide the American citizen the tools and the American businesses the tools in order to keep their doors open and stay on their feet. And if government is able to do even a fraction of that, it would make the lives of the people better. I think what we cannot do is balance the budgets on the backs of the middle class and people who are hit by poverty right
If you have to cut, I think you begin cutting at the top. Get
Cut
rid
at
of
the
administrative positions that you can do
now.
without.
Cut the fat
Yeah.
and put money back into the pockets of the people.
Because what is the first thing out of a politician's mouth when there's money problems? What is it?
Raise the taxes, right?
And what else? Public safety.
Public safety, yeah.
If we don't do this, you're going to lose fighting. And we all know that,
Out comes
no
fear
disrespect,
tactics, right?
it's a crock of shit.
Out comes the fear mongering,
Yeah.
right?
It really is. Because they can cut chiefs of staffs. They can cut all these people that we already know you don't need anyways. So,
Difficult decisions.
yeah. Well, I'm waiting for a time for my next interview with the mayor. So I'll have some budget questions for him.
Yeah.
And
We
I'll
look
bring it
forward to
out. Yep.
Well, Gene, thank you for having me on. Thank you for
Absolutely.
having me on another edition of the Fall River Daily Report and podcast. I hope everybody likes Run This City, and I'm really proud of what we were able to accomplish there.
Okay, folks, there you have it. So we'll see you again. Again, we're not going to give you a day or time because we are going day by day, but Attorney Flanagan will be available for another update at some point, even if we have to Zoom it. But everybody stay safe, stay home unless you have to go out. God bless and take care.
Another fist